Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's continue our discussion of living Christian and the media by discussing video games. Video games have made an interesting impact on the world. Many people oppose them. Some Christians say video games are evil and shouldn't be played at all. A few studies have shown that a proper amount of video gameplay with the right games can help children with hand-eye coordination and brain stimulation. Too much gameplay is a serious problem that many people, not just children, struggle with. I used to play them in middle school, got back into them in college with friends and family. It's occasionally fun to play a game with family or friends or play a video game at conventions, but I'm really not into video games at all anymore. This video will focus on the games that I used to play at a time when games started to show worse content that has worsened since then. When I was a preteen, my friend showed me the game Conker's Bad Fur Day on Nintendo 64. It looked funny, and it looked fun. I asked my parents for the game, but when my dad read about the game, he didn't like the content and he didn't buy it. When I got older, my distant cousin had the Xbox version, and I played that with him, even though everybody says the Nintendo 64 version was better with better multiplayer modes. When I got older and grew out of video games, I was happy to just see walkthroughs of Conker's Bad Fur Day on YouTube. Yeah, the game does have abundant immature content. When I got a PlayStation 2 during middle school, my parents did buy me some mature-rated games. With action games, I take the same approach as action movies. What is the storyline? What is the action scenery? Are you playing as good, defeating evil? Does the storyline set up for the action gameplay? I had Max Payne and Max Payne 2 on PC, and these games had good storylines. They set up the action, the innovative gameplay added to them. When I finished the games, I never played them again. I was happy with the memories of the games. On PlayStation 2, I had a game called Dead to Rights. It had a similar story and gameplay to Max Payne, but with some annoying minigames like defusing a bomb and stuff. There's a subplot involving the detective's friend working as a pole dancer. There's a minigame where the pole dancer has to do certain moves to distract the bad guys, allowing the detective to sneak past them. And the game does have some questionable characters and moments after that. But I really wish the developers stayed focused on the action portion. This scenery really ruined the game. Another PlayStation 2 game I had, Freedom Fighters. This was a really interesting war game with a what-if situation. What if the Cold War turned into a Russian invasion of the US? And that happens in this game, and you play as a war veteran who takes matters into his own hands and rounds up other veterans, rounds up current troops, collects weapons, builds an arsenal, and fights to take back freedom for the country. It had the right action, the controls were good, the graphics were good, and the storyline showed you the horror of war, the horror of fighting for revolution. Then back to action games, Duke Nukem. These games were very exploitative. I only played Duke Nukem 3D and Duke Nukem Manhattan Project, and from what I saw of the other Duke Nukem games, the exploitation was even worse in those. The Grand Theft Auto series. The first two games were terrible. Then the third game had the same style but was a three-dimensional third-person action game with running and shooting, driving, stealing, murdering, and exploitation. This game involved prostitutes. I stopped playing it once it got too difficult. Grand Theft Auto Vice City was released. The developers took the time to develop a very elaborate storyline, complete with artistic design, celebrity voice actors to carry the story, and improved game control. Now, this game was rated mature, and when I was in middle school, I had the game, and all my friends had the game too. The story was elaborate enough that I finished the story mode of the game. I used Game Shark cheat codes halfway through the game because I just got so tired of the difficulty. There's a difference between a game that's a good challenge and a game that's so difficult it's not worth it. But I really wanted to see how the story played out in this game. Still, the storyline had some senseless parts, allowing for very difficult missions that made no sense. Like the predecessor and the successors, Vice City involved prostitutes with the addition of strip clubs and dirty video makers. And I understand that the games only showed worse content after Vice City. After middle school, I had to discipline myself and stop playing video games altogether so I could improve my athletic skills and play for the varsity team in high school. If you want to live by Christian faith in best form, would you really want to expose your vision and hearing to imagery like this? These games present crime lords as above the law, and that's wrong. But when you play these games over and over and over again, it gets desensitizing. During college, my family had a Nintendo Wii, and the family-oriented games we played together were really fun. New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Mario Kart Wii, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Super Mario Galaxy 2, all really fun and very innovative. Friends in college also had a Wii, and I played Super Smash Bros. Brawl with them too, along with Donkey Kong Country Returns. Games like these, with the right amount of challenge and good controls, can be fun, and the content in these games was fairly safe for families. After college, I was done with games again. Do you play video games nowadays? If so, how have games gotten worse? If there are games you play now that have good content and are good to play, absolutely share that in the comments section. Did you play the same video games that I discussed in the video? If so, how was your reaction? Let me know in the comments. Share any thoughts you'd like and share if you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to me for more videos. Hit the bell if you want to be notified of uploads. I'm making more videos for you and bigger projects for you as we speak. Have a great week and a great life, and always love yourself for who you are. Godspeed.